Hi, I'm Stony Stonebreaker of Passivo Real Estate Investments. This week, I want to tell you why you should never hire a tax preparer to do your taxes. What are your biggest household expenses that you have in your household budget? Are they the house itself, the mortgage, maybe the rent that you pay? Maybe it's food or utilities and expenses, vehicles, could be any of those. But for many people, it's taxes themselves. You don't even see those when it's taken out of your paycheck. According to Tom Wheelwright, who wrote a very good book on taxes called Tax-Free Wealth, there are about 6,000 pages in the Internal Revenue Code of the United States. Only about 30 pages describe what taxes we're supposed to pay. The other 5,970 pages talk about how much we can reduce our taxes by doing different things. And that's the way the government incentivizes us to do things that the government wants to see in our economy. It wants to stimulate oil and gas, real estate development, low-income housing, various things like that. That's the way that the government allows us as taxpayers to decide what kinds of actions we want to take to reduce our taxes legally. So why do I say don't hire a tax preparer to do your taxes? Well, it's because a tax preparer is going to take the documents that you give them at the end of the year. They're going to put that information into their software program. The program is going to tell them that you either owe money or you get a refund from Uncle Sam. And that's it. What you need and what I recommend is people get a tax advisor or a tax strategist and work with them to understand what the best ways are to manage your taxes. Now that's especially true if you're a business owner or a real estate investor, or you want to generate passive income in your future, or if you're doing that now. And I would recommend you start very early in your investment career. What a tax advisor or a tax strategist will do is ask you questions about what your goals are, what your background is. They'll look at the last 2 years of your tax returns and look to see what you've been doing in the past, see if there's any errors or mistakes in there, and to understand your situation currently and what your goals are so that they can help you plan for the future. I'm not a tax advisor, a tax accountant, or a CPA, but even if I were, I would want to have an independent person, a person with different experience than I have, to help advise me on my tax situation, okay? And meet with them at least twice a year so that you can go over what your current situation is, what your plans are, what things might have changed since the last time you met, what laws might have changed, and that way you'll be able to be prepared to make sure that you have the right strategy in place and the right plan, and you're taking the right actions to minimize your tax impact. Now, it should never drive everything that you do in your investments, but it should be a major consideration because taxes can be a major burden and will make a huge difference in your total returns on your investments over a lifetime. So how do you find a tax advisor or a tax strategist? Well, I would suggest you use referrals. Talk to friends, people who are real estate investors, business owners, people you know who are successful and who would know accountants themselves. Now, make sure that the tax professionals that your business acquaintances refer you to are also real estate investors themselves. And I don't mean they bought a summer house 20 years ago that their family goes to and that's about it. I mean, they are commercial real estate investors themselves, that they get into these properties and they understand the nuances of real estate accounting. Now, you don't have to become an accounting professional yourself, of course, but I do advise that you learn a lot about tax accounting when it comes to real estate investing because it's such a great advantage. And so to that end, there are 2 books that I would recommend that you might want to consider reading. One is by Tom Wheelwright called Tax-Free Wealth. That is an excellent book. He is one of the Robert Kiyosaki partners, and he's involved in a lot of real estate himself and knows it very well. And also a book called Tax-Wise Business Ownership by Toby Mathis. And those 2 books between now will give you a really good solid foundation. If you're really serious about creating enough passive income to reach financial and time freedom, make sure that a good tax professional is on your team, one who's experienced in real estate investing themselves, and make sure that that person is on your team early in your investing career. To learn more about creating passive income for financial and time freedom, check out our website at PassivoREI.com. That's PassivoREI.com, where you can download our ebook, 4 Investing Rules for the New American Dream. And also, check out our YouTube channel. See you next time.